Hey everyone, John again. I'm gonna play Immaculate Grid here. I'm gonna go back and play number 30, which I've not played before. See how that goes. Just playing the old grids. Wanna see if I can catch up. I do about one or two of these usually on the weekend, and which means it'll take me like a year to catch up. We'll see. I'm gonna start sharing, and we can roll into it because I have to make up all the way through 90, and right now I'm at 30. So let's hit play and let's get into it. Okay, that's right. We're going fast. Mike Cameron works. That's probably going to be our low rarity score. Todd Seal, doing great. Let's see, Matt Manti. Yeah. All right. Gaylord Perry. Yep. Tom Seaver. Randy Johnson. Let's see, an all-star. Any all-star. Greg Vaughn. Jose Reyes. And let's go Schilling. Bam, 46 seconds. Big old rarity score there. Randy Johnson taking 82% of what I believe is just him and Brandon Webb, right? Yeah. So Brandon Webb will be 18%. Not going to get a very low rarity score there. These were pretty low. I probably went a little bit too low for my guys here. I think I can beat that one. We'll see about that. I'm just gonna stop share reshare. And let's see if I can beat those rarity scores. See, that's today's grid. And that's right, I have to go all the way back. Scroll, scroll, scroll. It's incognito mode too, so I have to really find it. All right, 30. Doesn't save the old results. All right, so over here, the name I thought of was Paul Quantrill. Fine reliever. It's a pretty low score. Good start. And then here, the name I was thinking of was Joel Adamson. 3 seasons, one with the Marlins, one with the Brewers, one with the Diamondbacks, and he works for 300 career average and 300 in a season with the Diamondbacks. So that's a fun little tidbit. He goes .05. And then I don't, let's see, Piazza works. Zeal was in that trade too, but I've already used him. Right? I think I used him. Let's see, Luis Castillo would work. I think that one would be pretty high. I think Al Leiter is going to be pretty high. Cameron would have also worked there, but I already used him there. Um, Paul LaJuca, I want to say hits both teams. I think I'm remembering that right. Sheffield works. Sheffield played his final season with the New York Mets. Carlos Delgado works. He played 1 season with the Marlins. Bonilla works. He was on the 97 Marlins. Um, is famously still being paid by the Mets. Let's see here. This is not a Tim Raines combo. Um, it's not a Ricky Henderson combo. He never played for the Marlins. It's not a Juan Pierre combo. Oh, let me just see real quick. Did Austin Wilson? No. Well, maybe. I'm not going to play him. So Preston Wilson's deal is that he was in the Piazza trade. He definitely was a Met. But I don't like in the Mets farm system, but I don't know if he played in the major leagues for them. So maybe I hold off on that one. All right, let's just hold off there. Cy Young winners. So, um, Gaylord Perry, Randy Jones, Mark Davis, Jake Peavy. Of those, I believe Peavy is going to be the highest. Let's go with the reliever. See how Mark Davis does. 7%. Is that even better than Perry did? Didn't this just come up like a day or two ago? I think it did. And we'll just throw Brandon Webb there for 18%. Great. And then let's see here. For the Mets, that would be Tom Seaver, Dwight Gooden, R.A. Dickey, and Jacob deGrom. I think Dickey's actually going to be the lowest. Did I forget anyone? David Cohn had a really good 1988 season, would have won the Cy Young in a lot of years, but Oral Hershiser had thrown 59 consecutive scoreless innings, so that was not going to work. I'm going to go Dickey. 13%. All right, let's try. One thing that surprised me, Robin Ventura did not make an all-star team as a Met. Um, so let's see what I can sneak in here. I believe the first ever all-star for the Diamondbacks was Devon White. So that does pretty well. For the Padres, yeah, Gwynn's too obvious. Adrian Gonzalez seems too obvious. I know he was an all-star. Mark Loretta seems like that would be a sneaky one. Benito Santiago seems like he'd be sneaky. Raleigh Fingers, maybe. Um, I've already gotten burned once by Sixto Loscano's 1982 season. I didn't bother to check if he was an all-star that year. Probably should have. Sheffield would be an interesting play. I think he probably did make an all-star team in 1992. Um, yeah, and then for the Mets, who's pretty sneaky with the Mets? These are teams that I have like a good all-star save. Like I looked up Ken Bottomley while I was looking up for number one draft picks a little while ago, and he was a one-time all-star with the Cardinals. That was a good pick. Here, eh, maybe sneak out lighter in. I don't know how sneaky that is. John Franco seems like he would have been an all-star. Kevin McReynolds was like top three in the MVP voting, I think in 1988. Um, just shifting gears over here. I know Heath Bell was an all-star. Um, who else might I just like? I mean, Tony Gwynn got like lifetime achievement awards well after he was, in that like later 2 or 3 years of his career. Um, Finley was definitely an all-star. Kevin Brown, I'm sure, was an all-star in 1998. Um, McGriff, maybe? He was briefly a Padre for a couple years. He was always underappreciated. That seems like a trap. All right, well, I shouldn't belabor this point too long. Let's try out Heath Bell. Takes full percent. All right. That's all right. Over here, I wonder who was Richie Ashburn an all-star on the original on the 1962 Mets? I'm not actually sure. I feel pretty confident in John Olerud. How sneaky that is. Um, who else? Who else? I want to say Angel Pagan was an all-star one year, but maybe he just really had a really high WAR, and I thought he should have been an all-star. Those ones are always tricky. Um, Billy Wagner, Armando Benitez. Ooh, let's go with Lance Johnson. I know I've used him before, but I have an all-star card of him from the 96 season. He goes point 0.3. And now I've been going long enough here. The question is, do I take a risk with Preston Wilson, who I'm kind of guessing on, or do I go with a Moises Alou seems pretty safe. Let's go. He played 1 year at the Marlins and towards the end with the Mets. Let's see how he does. 1% as well. So these were, let's see, did I get everyone? So I had PV, Randy Jones, Gaylord Perry, Mark Davis, Jake PV. Oh, and Blake Snell just this past year. I should have got, you know what? I should have gone with Snell because the majority of people who've played this before Snell had won the Cy Young when he was early in his Cy Young campaign. So Snell would have been the better pick. Um, Mets, I got everyone, and Diamondbacks, I got everyone, and those were the real limiting factors. But I'm sure Snell is the lowest just because the only people who would have played him are people who played since he won the Cy Young Award, which is in November. So, all right. Well, I'm going to call it there. Pretty good all the way around, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.